And there's the new Avatar. Donald J. Trump survives assassination. It just, I was going to try to do something yesterday. Gone with John, I think, is live now. Hamster Ham. Hammerhand did a stream. Undead. Everybody's done a stream, right? Undead had one. But I figured there'd be more stuff coming out next day, and I think everybody by now knows, if you don't, that some idiot tried to assassinate President Trump. He murdered a bystander who was in the crowd and shot up a couple other people as well before the Secret Service took him out like the fucking scumbag that he no doubt was. It's really terrible that, I mean, we'll hear it here shortly, that I'm going to guess that the woman that is screaming is probably there, but her husband or brother or whatever, and this person got right in the headshot, dead. Very sad situation. So the president survived, and we're going to go back in time with a hamster because it was 2017 or 18 or 19, whatever the hell it was, in Texas, where Trump visited the Apple assembly facility next to where I was working in Austin, in Technology Center there around Jollyville, 183. And we can talk about what I saw with my own eyeballs with respect to Secret Service. Of course, the difference is Trump was the president at the time, right? So it's a different ballgame, right? He's a candidate now, and I'm sure he has hired some private stuff, right? He is a former president, so he gets a Secret Service detail. But they're going to have to. I think they're going to have to beef it up. Charles Darwin, hello, good to see you. Yeah, this was, clearly shocking to the hamster. I'm sure everybody else and the entire world, right, is showing up and saying, what the fuck is going on with you guys in the USA? Banana Republic, anyone? So, we all know what happened. And some commentators online, and there's millions of videos out there, are saying this and that, conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to buy into any of that shit right now. But I think it's fair to say somebody fucked up here, right? Somebody fucked up. Whether it was Trump's security team, the local police, the Secret Service, whomever it was, fucked up. Because as you look at the layout of the situation and where this guy took his shots, there's no fucking way there should have been anybody there anywhere near that place. And we've seen interviews, and if you haven't seen them, maybe I'll play one or two of them, that there were men and women on the ground that were telling the police and the Secret Service, goes, hey, there's a dude on that roof and he looks like he's got a gun, right? And apparently, I don't know. Now, you could probably look at it from the perspective of the Secret Service and the law enforcement. It's like, they can't really open up on anybody who looks a little funky, right? Oh, there's a guy on the roof over there. Does he have? We can't tell. Well, we can't hose him down because we don't know what's going on. Because that it could be a spectator just being stupid, somebody getting a better seat for their, you don't know, right? So these men and women have to make split-second freaking decisions, and this time, only by the grace of God did the guy not shoot Trump in the face, and it would have been over. The entire world would have changed with 1 or 2 centimeters to the left. That would have been it. So that's pretty crazy. Because I was, I was in high school. Yeah, I was in high school when Reagan got shot. And if you don't know that story, it was Reagan, I believe it was Washington, D.C., and it was just a normal, everyday day. Reagan was changing cars and going to his thing, and this dude came up and shot him. And I believe shot James Brady, his press guy. And Ronald Reagan almost died. You know, he didn't want to, you know, he made out like, oh, I'm the big cowboy. And what he almost died. Apparently they had to dig into him, cut him open, and get in there to try to, you know, stop his lungs from bleeding or whatever the heck. You know, there's documentaries everywhere if you're interested in that. But that was March of 1981. And that's the last time in recent history, anyway, that, you know, a president has been shot. I believe, didn't George Wallace, and was that Alabama? Did he get shot? I believe so. I think he was running for governor or president. It's been a while, 50 some years. Of course, John F. Kennedy was assassinated. So was Bobby Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. in the 60s. And, of course, President Lincoln. And, you know, there's a couple other presidents that got whacked as well. Teddy Roosevelt was on a campaign stop. I think it was Buffalo, or where the hell was he? And some dude came up and shot him. And the president, I don't think he was president. He was running for president. Teddy Roosevelt kept on giving a speech. It's like, Jesus, you know, that's a tough dude right there, right? I'm not sure which city he was in, but some dude came up and shot him. And he gave a speech and then went to the hospital. I mean, that's balls right there. So, but Roosevelt didn't die. He just was injured from that. And Trump just got millimeters, people. Millimeters. The guy didn't judge the wind right, or he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Because I think we've all seen the coverage, right? Where it's 130 yards. You know, that's a chip shot. That's nothing. You know, if you practice, especially with rifles, 100 yards is nothing, right? Especially if you have scope, it's not even trying. And a child could hit 100 yards. So I can only think it had to be God himself that came and deflected the bullet, or the bullet hit the teleprompter. We don't really know yet. But it was interesting that, you know, the second this guy started shooting, the Secret Service, as they say, neutralized the target. I think we all know what they mean by that. Yeah, he's dead. They took him out. And let's go ahead and look at the video. I think we've seen it already. But let's see if we can find anything else that we missed. Because this, I've seen it 1,000 times, but you never.
And, you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
So you can see there that the shooter hit Trump with the second shot.
A little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, maybe it was the first shot. It's kind of hard to say. But you can see there clearly, you know, Trump's in pain there. He just got shot in the ear. Again, millimeters. And this thing we'd probably be in kind of some kind of a civil war. Seriously. I mean, it's just phenomenal how all this happened. If you don't see the hand of God in this, even if you don't believe in God, you're an atheist. I don't know. I don't know what else you can say. All right. So obviously Trump gets thrown to the ground or fall. He fell to the ground. He didn't fall. He went to the ground. And then the Secret Service gathered up around him there to protect him. And these men and women here, they were putting themselves in the way in case the guy kept shooting. That's their job. You know, imagine that, right? Your job is, if somebody's shooting, get in the way so you don't kill the president. If you ever listen to Dan Bongino, he's got a daily radio show. He's got a podcast. He was a Secret Service agent, I believe, for President Obama and maybe President Clinton. I'm not sure, but he was certainly involved with President Obama. And yeah, he was one of these guys. You go out and you look at you survey the site, you look at all the potential problems, you get your guys in there so there's no issue with the safety of the president. And of course, obviously your job is, get in the way of the bullets so the VIP doesn't get hurt. Pretty interesting. These are brave people. Okay, let's go on. Now, that woman screaming there, I'm going to guess that person is related to the victim that was killed. He or she was shot in the head, turns out. That almost sounded like another shot, didn't it? That definitely sounded like another shot to me. Let's go back to the beginning. Here, let me turn it up a little bit. Okay, so we get...
Hello, and we thank you very much for joining us today as we continue our coverage.
Why wouldn't I want to be on what?
And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Okay, so you heard those shots. It sounded like 3 shots came from the shooter on the roof there. So listen to what those sound
See
like.
something that said, take a look at what happened.
Okay, so you can hear there's an echo, right? So there's some sound reflecting off of one of the other buildings at this place in Butler, Pennsylvania. So you can hear boom, and then it comes back. So you can hear the time delay. So the sound is reflecting off another place, right? Let's listen to the. Come on. Okay, so I'm guessing right there at the end, those 3 rapid shots, that's the Secret Service taking the guy out. But listen, that sounded like another shot. Did it not? God damn, it most certainly did. That sounded like another shot. What the heck's going on with that? Let's let me separate this so I can see what you guys are commenting on here. That sounded like an additional shot after the rest of the shots. Let me go back here. That definitely sounded like another shot to me. I guess I didn't realize that. So this is literally 15 seconds after the president was shot. And this last shot went off, and this woman starts screaming. Interesting. Yeah, we're going to get to the part where he says, hey, I can't leave here without my shoes, man. Hey, these are the best shoes ever. Hey, I paid $4,000. They're the best shoe. Why was he saying, let me get my shoes? I don't know. I'm not sure. That's kind of weird. Does he take his shoes off during the rally? Maybe it's one of those things. Some people, they like to be in their bare feet, I guess. Who knows? I'm not sure how your shoes would fall off. I mean, clearly, obviously, he's freaking out. He just got shot. But I'm not sure how that makes your shoes fall off. I mean, it's never been shot. Maybe that's one of the symptoms. But listen to that again. That's weird. That's definitely another shot. Where the hell did that come from? That's the woman screaming, something bad just happened. I guess we're going to have to look at the news stories to see. But, go ahead. Yeah, that's definitely a shot. Okay.
Move his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. Hawkeye's here. Hawkeye's here. Move it to the stand. Get ready. We ready? Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move?
Okay, so shooters down. You heard that.
Are we good? Shooters down.
Okay, but
Are we good to move?
excuse me. 1 second.
Ready? Move! Up! Move! Go!
Okay, why are they saying go and move? Move and go. Obviously that's what they would say. We got to get the president into the fucking Suburban over here. But they didn't get the confirmation that the guy was down already. So it sounds to me like these people were ready to get in front of Trump, not knowing if the shooter was still shooting and trying to get him away. So like I said, these are brave people. They did a pretty good job. Little confusion there, but understandably. It's probably, I'm sure they train for this all the time, but when it really happens, somebody tries to shoot the president, that's that'd be a hairy, adrenaline pumping situation. Or anyway. Okay, so there's probably local guys with guns drawn, ready.
Are we good? Shooters down. Are we
Shooters
good?
down.
We're clear. Let's move. We're clear. Come on.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. Bloody.
Gone with John wants to talk to me, Brandon. Okay, well, we'll continue here for a bit.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
So there's the shoe comment.
Come on.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. Bloody.
These are my favorite pair of shoes. That was a weird comment, but okay. But again, you just get shot. I mean, what are you going to do? You're probably going to be like, what the fuck just happened?
So we got to move to the class.
And here's the video that will forever be on every campaign. There he goes. Fight. They say he said fight. It looks like he says fuck him. That's what it looks like to me. Let's go back. Looks to me like he says fuck you.
Watch out.
Wait. Okay, so now they're obviously moving him to the Suburban. Yeah, so they're getting to the armored Suburban, I assume, right? Does it have the machine gun and all that shit in there? Probably does. AC said, his words seem personal. Who's he mad at? I think we could guess. AC says, some fan used the commotion to take authentic Trump shoes. People are weird like that. God forbid, if this thing turned out the really bad way, there'll probably be somebody trying to, take his shoes or his handkerchief or whatever. Right? People are fucking strange. Go on. So they get him in the Suburban here. I mean, you guys, obviously, you've seen all of this. There he said, the last defiant, fuck you. Amazing.
Hello and
But I'm not sure I want to. I'll catch up with Gone with John later. Brandon, thank you for the heads up. So there you go. About 30 seconds of total footage where the Don, we can now safely call him the Teflon Don. Everything bounces off this guy, even fucking bullets. That's just amazing. So somebody dropped the fucking ball. We could go into the details. I'm sure you guys have seen it a million times already. Where if you look at the farm fairgrounds, whatever, in Butler, Pennsylvania, clearly somebody fucked up, right? Clearly somebody dropped the ball because there was a roof buildings there, clear shot at the president. Nobody did anything. They didn't put a couple of guys up there with guns, so there's nobody up there doing any weird shit. No, they didn't. And couple that with these, kind of redneck looking Pennsylvanians there. I love Pennsylvania. Don't get me wrong. These guys are drinking beer. It's like, Trump's there. Let's get some beers and get some whatever. And these guys are trying to wave down the Secret Service. It's like, hey, there's a dude up there and he's got a gun. And evidently the snipers that are on probably the highest part of the fairgrounds there. They have the, 360-degree view of shit, what's going on. They didn't see this guy. Or it was like, well, he might just be a fan, and so we don't want to take him out. I can see that. It might be some drunk guy getting up on the roof. You don't want to fucking start, hosing down people who are just stupid. But this seems like a pretty big fail. The security was just not clicking on all 8 cylinders there, boys. I mean, I don't think there's much to be debated about that. Right? All right. Let's go to the Trump. But anyway, so unfortunately, 1 person was killed. 2 were seriously injured. Trump just got a flesh wound. So he's just amazing. But 1 or 2 millimeters in any direction, a gust of wind, and the president's brains would be splattered all over that crowd. I mean, it's frightening to think about. Okay. So I was in Texas in 2018. I think it was 2018. And Hamster did a little bit of video because Donald Trump was in the neighborhood.
Different thing.
Oh my
Ladies
God.
and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
This is new to me. We're sharing video files here and just trying to work through it. So if you want to listen, feel free. If you don't, maybe I'll get it figured out at some point.
If you don't, F off, you bastard.
So this is Hamster in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
November 2019. When Donald Trump came to say hello.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yes.
Definitely protesting going on.
Yeah. So this is, I don't want to say the exact location, but it's in Technology Park in Jollyville. So
There's a bunch of cops.
And right over here, this is the Apple assembly plant. Do you remember that thing Trump did? Where he's like, oh, Apple's coming back to Austin. And blah, 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 blah. Well, this was where they assembled the Apple boxes right there. Right where the cursor is over there. So, but anyway, it's the president. Whether I might even say it in this video. I saw President Obama's re-election campaign bus in Iowa. So that was kind of cool, right? They blocked off all the roads and shit, and here comes Obama in his bus. It was pretty cool. Anyway, go ahead.
Excuse me, Hamster. Were you actually there? Yes. Yes, I was.
Oh, we get commentary as well. It's like a bonus.
I was on site at the new Apple assembly plant in Austin, Texas.
Well, it wasn't really that.
Wait, it's all new. Go. Black SUVs freaking everywhere. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're just back and forth, up, down. Here comes another one.
3 hamsters. Oh, my God.
There's a school bus over there. So I wonder if that's how the protesters got here with a school bus. Now, meow.
Yeah, meow.
See that thing? You see that thing over here?
What is that thing?
Like 6 months, 18 months, whatever the hell it was. Never did figure out what the hell this thing was.
Swamp
It's
cooler?
just a big old concrete piece of something. And it's out there. Maybe it's a cooling thing. I don't know. Where's the bitches at, Amston? That's right. Restream. Am I restreaming?
What was that?
I thought I'm okay. Well, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. I mean, they're just back and forth, up, down.
I might be
another one. I don't know. I looked on the channel. I
Yeah,
couldn't
this is
find
like
it,
a double
so
restream.
I thought it was kind of fun. There's a school bus over there. So now, like, it's real hamster in real life.
Oh my God. Yes.
And of course, the beautiful Austin, Texas area in November.
So many hamsters, so little time. Actually, the weather was nice. Austin, after you get around, end of October. Ooh, yeah. I love
Where
it.
it's actually tolerable to go outside.
It is.
And you
yeah.
don't melt in the sunshine.
Wonder if that's how the protesters got here with a school bus.
God only
I don't
knows.
No. Opposite.
Okay.
All kinds of shit. So
And I think it explains it in the video, but I'll just briefly recap and then let it play while I get some more brewskis. They cordoned off the entire facility, technology, whatever it was, technology corner or something. They shut off all the entrances so nobody could get in there. And they shut off the, 290 to Bergstrom Airport, because Trump would have to land at Bergstrom and then drive up, because it was 15 miles, maybe 20 miles. And so they had, all the Secret Service people, local cops, probably Texas Rangers, Highway Patrol, all these guys. So they blocked off 290 from the airport, and that's where Trump came in. Never got to see Trump because he was over at the other building, and you had to go through security. You had to get the metal detector and all that shit if you wanted to be actually in the rally over there. And so they started doing this at like 4 in the morning, I believe. 4:30 in the morning. They blocked everything off. And then all the cars, they didn't search you, but they kind of gave you the stink eye. It's like, I wonder where this car is going, et cetera, something like that. And I believe, as I recall, they wouldn't let you leave the area for like an hour and a half after Trump got to, after he left already, right? He got in the Beast, as they call it, and went back to the airport. And they wouldn't let us leave. We had to sit there till like 6 o'clock. Now, I'm not sure why that is, but they wouldn't let us go. And I eventually got home about like 6:30. I only lived like 2 minutes away. But, I had to go to the beer store.
So
I had to go to my beloved HEB there in Texas.
but the president's not supposed to be here for like another half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
It's about right. Too.
I wonder if we get to see the Alex Jones car go. I think the Alex Jones is in there. Yeah. All right, let's forward a little bit.
I'm sure he was hoping to see Air Force.
Yeah, that guy knows what he's doing. Parks under that big tree there every day. Oh, my God.
I can hear it a little bit, but not too much.
What can you hear?
Yeah.
Thing is, though, it was November, but it
Yeah.
was still like 89 degrees. God damn.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad, though. It wasn't as terrible as, the middle of July or August, admittedly.
Damn. Texas
Yeah.
is hot.
I can hear it a little bit, but not too much.
I think I said that in the video. These Teslas over here. A couple of these guys had the
Trump
Teslas.
and diapers or something.
They
were beating it up.
Baby Trump, yes.
yeah. The Teslas have fans in them. And when it gets really hot like this, the fans come on because the batteries get too hot. Yeah, true story. Go ahead.
Right, they were beating it up.
Oh, it's funny.
Stir it up, boys.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, it was November, but it was still like 89 degrees.
And it was that year, too, that I've got video when I was at the apartment. And I was only there for like another 6 weeks. Then I went back to my beloved Colorado. But there was ice and snow that year, at least when I was there, like end of November, something like that. Yeah, it's interesting.
God damn.
Yeah,
Texas is hot.
I can hear it a little bit, but not too much.
Okay. Well, we don't know what you're hearing, hamster, so you should have said it.
What they're saying at this point is fuck Hillary.
Oh, it was the Alex Jones?
That's what they were saying.
Yeah, you probably can't hear it, but it's something like
Blah, blah, blah. Or fuck Trump. I don't know. Something like that.
Fuck somebody, for sure. Yeah.
I can hear it. The wind's blowing from the south, so it's carrying the sound. But you probably
How much for that Subaru, man? How much for this Subaru, man?
There's my thing that I never figured out what the hell it was.
How many torpedoes have I had at this point? Oh my God.
Must be some kind of cooling thing. I don't know, but
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
a swamp cooler, a big
Right,
one.
right.
Who knows?
Yeah, we don't.
Down there, like a little baby
baby
Trump in diapers or something.
Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah. They were beating it up.
And there's a Tesla.
Oh, that's funny.
Here it comes. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
baby.
Tesla.
Yeah.
So anyway, we were about, I guess, a half a mile. They did the rally was up over in here on the other side of the building, and this road was cut off, pretty much closed. And I think there's a video. I think there was a Secret Service Suburban here somewhere. I don't know.
Thank
if I got
you,
that in
Sergeant.
I can hear it a
Grinch.
little bit, but not too much.
Sergeant
Thank you.
Grinch. Oh my God, Grinchy. You were on one of my earlier videos. Oh my God.
Pointing out the wind noise. I really appreciate it. You fuck.
Yeah.
Just kidding with you. Carlos B1. Morning, guys. Morning to you.
Morning. Yeah, there are some pretty fancy cars here.
Let's go to the next one.
Oh my God.
I know. I was like,
Well, I mean, look at your beard,
there
man.
was
Come
like
on.
several of them up there earlier. There was like 4 highballs now, and I was like,
Yeah, we were just all kind of hanging out here, smoking cigarettes and drinking beer. There's some people down there's a picnic bench down there at the bottom. They were drinking beer and watching.
Excuse me, hamster. You hang around with actual other people. What?
I know, it's crazy.
How is that even possible? You evil, nasty person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did. There they are.
Yep.
There was even a girl there. You heard it, didn't you?
Oh my God, no.
Listen for the girl.
She's
Breaking stuff.
You should have seen us last night. We had a bunch of guys drinking a couple of beers at that picnic table.
I saw
The
that.
black cars pulled up and stopped, and he like rolled down his window and started flipping through papers. I was like,
Oh, this might have been the day after.
I know. I was like,
Well, I mean, look at your beard,
there
man.
was
Come
like
on.
several of them up there earlier. There was like 4 highballs now, and I was like,
This chick is just. Gotti with Johnny. Are you still live? Live.
By the
This might be
way,
the day after. Yeah.
she was pretty cute. Just saying.
Was she?
it started yelling.
He was yelling Infowars.com.
There were a bunch of idiots. Fuck Apple. Fuck I think that's what Alex Jones was saying. Fuck Apple. It's like, what? Apple, they put out good stuff.
There's too many cars here. They're not going to.
I know there's too many through, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Unless there's another entrance over there somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. Hamster 2019.
Come back here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe Trump will come in and serve us all Big Macs. Play a fish. Yeah.
I had some Big Macs last night. They were pretty damn tasty.
We're hungry.
Bitch, you're funny at times.
We couldn't go out to lunch today because of you, Mr. Trump. Give us some food.
We couldn't let the vendors come into the place and bring us breakfast burritos. You son of a bitch. It was pretty nice, though. This place I worked at. We had all these, electronic vendors, these, I can't name names. You know what I mean? They come in, they want you to use their shit when you're designing whatever. And every morning there'd be a big old pile of kolaches or breakfast burritos. Oh, no, we're not trying to bribe you guys. We just want you to have a healthy breakfast. Thank you.
All right. Well, the experiment's done. I think I figured it out. You guys,
Oh,
talk
that's
to you
it.
later.
Yeah, there you go.
I did. There they are. There was even a girl there. You heard it, didn't you? Excuse me, hamster. You hang around.
Alex Jones was out of Austin, and they had one of these military-looking things, and they're fuck Trump, fuck Hillary, blah, blah, blah. Who was expecting this attempt? Everyone was expecting this. Anyone with half a brain was like, well, okay. They've done, oh, you want the link? All right, Johnny boy. Let's see here. There you go. Get to hear what John's thinking about today. I mean, anyone with any reasonable ability in your noggin, in your brain pan, would say, "Yep, yep, yep." I mean, you got the courts, and you got the thing, and the hose, and the pussy, and the thing, and nothing worked. Nothing. So, what do you think they're going to go to at the end? Of course they are. Come on. All right. Let's see here. Let me find another one. All right, we'll try this.
Of the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. If you
Okay.
are just waking up at this hour, here is what we've learned so far. The former president was shot in the ear after a barrage of gunfire broke out at a rally on Saturday in Butler, Pennsylvania. The FBI says that 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, is the assailant. We have new video coming into our newsroom of investigators outside Crooks' residence and the aftermath of the rally. That video shows chairs strewn about, belongings abandoned. Secret Service agents fatally shot Crooks, who attacked from an elevated position outside the rally. One attendee was killed, 2 spectators critically injured. All have been identified as men. Now,
All men. Oh my God. The evil, because men are evil and shit. Oh my God. Let's get Gone with John in here. Are you still streaming, bro? What are you doing?
Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing?
Same old shit. Just watching with horror the same stuff you are. It's pretty crazy.
Man, when you text me last night, I was like, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy that we're in this position now where, all the hypothetical and the stuff that we've all said, well, they're trying to eliminate us and they're coming for us, and there just is no denying that.
Yeah. What's your take on this whole thing? I mean, clearly we all knew this was coming, right? Come on.
I have to tell you, man, like watching it, all I can think of is the protection stuff. What I see that's missing there that should have been in place. Like, why didn't we have men on those roofs? Why didn't we have everything within 1,000 to 1,500 yard, the effective range of most rifles? Why was every rock unturned within that range?
That's a very good question. Ash Blackwind says your stream got nuked 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. What I did is everyone was saying
comments. Hey, don't do it here again, because
no, I'm not. I didn't say anything. I just I turned off the comment moderation so that people could talk without my filters blocking them. That way they could feel free to be free, and then anything YouTube wanted to block, they could block. So I keep certain filters on, like you can't come in and spell the N-word, you can't say the N-word. Certain things I do on my stream. And I turned all that stuff off so people, maybe their comments could get through a little easier. Also, you got to block out the sex bots,
Yeah.
And as
I
soon
don't
as
have that problem. You're a big time YouTuber. I don't have any of that stuff. So.
No, I know you know all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened to my stream, man. But I just basically was talking about the tactical stuff that seems to have been overlooked as far as this is concerned. I mean, the fact that this person could even get into the area surrounding with a rifle or anything that resembled a case that might hold a rifle. The strangeness of having Secret Service. What we know about the Secret Service here in America, guys, you guys all grew up like I did with this basic information that should shots ring out, all the Secret Service people dive on the president. They do meat shield. They protect the president. They put their body at harm in order to protect the president. We didn't see that until much later, and then seemed very chaotic when it happened. And if you were hiring people to be a human shield for a particular target, you would hire people that are taller than that target, not shorter than that target, because that still leaves the T-zone available. The T-zone is right here between the head down to the nose and across the 2 eyes. It makes a little T, a little cross, whatever you want to call it. If you were trying to take out someone, that's where you would aim if you were a trained shooter. And you would not hire people to perhaps take a bullet for the president that are shorter than him, because it would leave that exposed.
Yeah. You're talking about the chick?
Well, yeah, all the chicks. You know, he was surrounded by much shorter women, and the men. And this is one thing I want to point out. It almost seemed like all of the women were front and center to during the quote unquote protection part, with the exception of a couple of men that were behind or came in later. It almost looked like not the shooting stage, but it almost looked like the protection model where they were showing, well, women can protect the president too. It almost looked like that to me, but maybe I'm just jaded.
No. I totally agree with what you're saying. Is that she was kind of the odd man out, so to speak. Yes. She was, the shortest one of the bunch. But I mean, she still got out there and did her job, got in the way, right? So if this, because I think I just played the video, and they were saying move, way before they got the we got the shooter, and so these men and women were putting themselves in harm, right? They were getting right in front of Trump, so in case the guy was still shooting, they would get the bullet. So,
and it definitely seemed like
that's ballsy.
Yeah, it's ballsy, and it seems like it almost looked a little Hollywood produced, but the after movements of those Secret Service agents. What I mean by that is, in a situation like that where people are moving very rapidly and scared and everything, most people forget their sunglasses go flying off their head, pretty quick. It's interesting to see that everyone was still completely sunglassed up, and during the shooting situation. It was just a unique thing to see that everyone very much looked the part, but they weren't going through the motions that would have been the best thing to do to provide protection to them.
Yeah. It's, again, we're talking about a game of millimeters here.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire freaking world would have changed if the wind didn't blow at that just the right moment, Yeah. Or Trump's head was in a different direction. It's fucking scary.
Yeah, it's scary that the media.
Were you?
Sorry, I was just going to say it's scary that the media was reporting on this yesterday, that he had fallen down or they heard some pop noises, and I was like,
oh, Jesus Christ, yeah,
it's unbelievable to me that you could paint that even begin to paint that narrative of somebody who's, if you've ever seen a presidential assassination, or if you've ever seen someone get shot, or even if I'll refer to the movie Saving Private Ryan, not Forrest Gump, when Forrest says something bit me. Trump did a move that I've seen before where he instantly went to his ear. Everyone that I've seen in movies and whatnot say that it's like being stung by a bee. You feel instant heat, something, you know what I mean? It's
sure.
It was apparent to, with that movement that he had been shot. He had been hit by a projectile of some sort. And even with all of that and the blood and the noises, the news was still trying to paint this as like he just fell.
I mean, it wasn't just, it was big time. New York Times, Washington Post. Oh, there were some noises, or Trump fell down. What are you kidding me? Anyone who looked at that video knows the guy was shot. I mean, there's no question about that. You obviously have probably shot some guns in your life. I have. Know that there's a distinct, pop. You know when somebody's shooting.
Yeah.
And I wasn't. Chunk Yogurt was saying, "Oh, we think it's a BB gun." Are you fucking kidding? Seriously, a BB who has a like that? Come on.
That echo is undeniable. If you've ever heard it before, the being somewhat downrange or at a distance from gunshots that are pointed not in your direction necessarily, but maybe off to the side or something. There's a second sound of that initial pop that you hear. And it's undeniable. That's unmistakable. Even a car's backfiring doesn't have that crack, that pop, because you hear the pop of the explosion, but what you hear next is the sound barrier being broken with a very distinctive crack. And that's only at distance. Now, if you're up close, you're not going to hear this because it all happens so fast. But 100 yards or more downrange, you can tell, that something just passed you, breaking the sound barrier.
Yeah. And on this video, I did like 15 seconds after there was another shot, and this woman started screaming. Did you notice that?
I haven't seen.
I don't know
that
what
one.
the fuck was going on there. Yeah. It was like. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I would think that her scream would likely be the round that hit someone next to Trump, that killed that individual. I would think that her reaction was to him. I think that a lot of people think, you see it in movies, and someone gets shots, and and they instantly fall, or that typically isn't what happened. Usually, there's a fountain of blood coming up, depending where the person was shot from. It usually coats the people around them. It's a very unpleasant thing, and I think that maybe her screams might have been a result of that. Because when you see it in a movie, it looks very scrubbed, very polished, but in real life, it's it would be a very messy situation.
Extremely traumatic. Yeah.
Extremely traumatic. Extremely traumatic. Yeah. And
I mean, there's interviews with a doctor who just happened to be at the rally, and he was saying, yeah, there's blood everywhere and brain matter. It's like whoever that was gone right immediately.
Yeah.
Really horrible shit.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely say now something like that, a head hit like that would definitely be one of those, like, you could get shot in the stomach and bleed out slowly. It was just a terrible topic. I apologize, but your head is like a melon when it opens up. I would think that that's probably what happened, and I think that everyone close to that guy probably had a little bit of blood on them, and it was a scary scene. Certainly if you've never seen anything like that, that would be why I would think she screamed. Did they know if a woman was shot, or it was a man, right?
Well, I tell you what, why don't you hold down the fort and give some, I'm going to get some beer. I'll be right back. And then I'll find the video so we can look at it. All right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, buddy. All right, guys. Gani with Johnny here. I'm going to jump in the chats and see who we got here. Australian 3, great to see you. Corey Lee Slater, don't know you, but great to see you. Kevin Killjoy, what's up, buddy? Cybertoxin in the house. Good to see you. Who? What is happening? Riff Rage in the building. I know a lot of you gentlemen over here. Riggs Jr., good to see you. Jerry C., my man. I'm interested, guys. Put it in the comments down below. Do you think that, let me word it carefully. Do you think Trump's going to win the election because of this? I mean, if not for all of the other stuff and him being one of the best possible candidates, given we have a shit sandwich of candidates to choose from overall, what do you think? I mean, what do you think would be the scenario here? Does this seal this in for Trump? Curious to know. Results oriented, good to see you as well. Shrapnel, good to see you. Who? George Winters, what's up? The sad part about this, guys, in my personal opinion, is this event could have been avoided with a proper security detail, and I don't believe that he had a proper security detail. Now, I know there's people saying this, and it's already going around, but in my personal opinion, not nearly enough was done to protect the elevated positions above the president. I still call him the president. Not nearly enough was done to secure the perimeter within the range of a long-range rifle. There's been only a few successful attempts with a small arms fire or automatic machine pistol on presidents before. That has happened in one or two places. Usually, these types of things are done with a long-range rifle because, well, one, you don't want your Lee Harvey Oswald getting out there with any information. So that person that does shoot, if it was a planned attempt, has to be neutralized immediately so they can't spill the beans. Because you have to think, guys, if you attempt on a president's life, you're not going to get the white gloves treatment of, hey, well, why did you do this? And nope, people like me are going to roll in there with 12-volt batteries and water and nipple clamps. You don't get the soft treatment when you try to kill
Especially the
a
nipple
president.
clamps. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, I
if you're
keep,
going, yeah.
you know,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
no, I was just gonna say I keep them on hand. You know, might as well
I bet
use
you
them.
do, you big stud. Oh my god!
Jesus Christ!
Look at
So-
that caboose video from yesterday. Oh my god!
Have you talked to Hammer since all this is? I saw you put out a video last night. I was wondering if you picked his brain any.
No, I mean, I texted him. It's I don't think I don't think a lot of people knew, because I mean I was sitting here drinking beer, and all of a sudden it's like somebody texted me, Trump's been shot. It's like, what?
Yeah.
So I of course had to go look it up. And so I texted Hammerhand and Brandon and some of my friends. It's like, hey, fucking Trump's been shot. And you know, then it went from there, and it just kind of exploded.
You expected this, though, right?
I did, yeah, I did.
I mean, this is I think it was a guy that used to be Tribe of Men, whose name now escapes me.
Yeah, a Bo something. Yeah.
Yeah, Legion of Men, Bo Reflect, something like that.
Right.
He posted a video this morning on it that had a collage of all of the different Kamala, Joe Biden, many other people, Nancy. I mean, had all these different people saying that we need to put the crosshairs on Trump. We need to turn the heat up on Trump. You should be punching people in the face. They were literally inciting violence. And it was like a whole 5-minute collage that I don't know if Bo put that together. It was somebody else's video, but it's interesting to see that people like us are so often silenced for even talking, hey, not even the truth, but like saying, hey, this looks suspicious. That'll get us in trouble and hidden and shadow banned. But them outright calling for violence is televised. And you know, it was a matter of time before I think somebody was like, yeah, well, I'll be the hero that the quote unquote and do the violent thing that the news is telling me, my teachers are telling me, the college professors are telling me to do.
Well, I mean, there are, and I think most people understand, there are unhinged lunatics. There's going to be a small percentage that these people are fucking crazy, right? And they're gonna do shit if you tell them, and you know, they don't know, right? They're retarded, whatever. And that certainly might be the case here. I mean, there could be some crazy fucking Nazi tries to take Biden out, God forbid, right? I mean, there's going to be some fringe people that do stupid shit just like this, right? So it's fucking dangerous crap. Ash Blackwind, what type of bullets were used? I think it was 223. Pretty sure. Have you heard or not, John?
I haven't heard. When I initially, watched this video, I mean, hell, it's hard to tell because you don't get the accurate acoustic sounding through microphones that picked it up on the scene, but it sounded like a smaller round. I would have thought, that this was either initially in my thought, I would have thought a 22 long rifle just because it didn't sound, but that could be because of the distance it was at. And of course there are pistol caliber rifles out there. Like they do make 9mm rifles that can still touch things within 200 yards pretty easily because you can put an ACOG on that and see what you're shooting at. Now,
I mean, you can take a 22 and go a couple hundred yards pretty easily. It's not that hard.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Really yeah. And Smith and Wesson makes a AR-22. It looks like an assault rifle, like any other, based on Stoner's design of the M14. I mean, it looks like the standard, but it's a 22. But again, I think you're probably right. Probably 223, something like that. Could have been 5.56. It could have been a
I mean, it could have been a deer rifle, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. 270,
I was going to say
243, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say definitely could have been a hunting rifle of many different kinds, but I would say this one was not a bolt action rifle.
No, this was a semi-auto, definitely.
Yeah, this is no Lee Harvey Oswald. This guy was, Oh,
I mean, he popped him off pretty quick. So
unless
he's really good, I'm guessing it was a semi-auto.
Right.
I heard in some places it was like an AR-15 like.
Right.
It could have been a Mini 14, but don't talk about that.
Exactly. I would say Hamster, more than likely, I would say that, 20 years old, this guy hasn't had any experience in the field. He probably hasn't had any real training, but it would be interesting to see if he had been, going into the,
Like military, get some
right.
training.
Yes. Thank you, God. But I think he graduated a couple months ago, maybe 5 months ago, something like that. I can't remember what they said.
Well, he's 20 years old, so I mean, he should have been out of high school for a couple of years. So maybe he
Couple
did
years,
Army.
yeah.
Who knows? Yeah. Hard to say. All right,
Yeah.
you want to listen to this video quick?
Please. Yes.
Okay. So this is one we already did, but we're going to do it because we want to hear John's response. So let me see if I can find it. If I could just do it here, everything would be fine. Okay. Go ahead.
No sound on there, big dog.
Sorry, you can't hear it?
I cannot hear it. No noise. Oh, hold on a second. Let me make
Okay,
sure.
let me see if I can fix that. Because I changed. Oh, okay. I'm in the wrong one. No, it's not. No, it's me. Because I'm stupid. Okay. Can you see this? Okay. Can you hear it now?
Oh, yeah. I don't hear anything for some reason, Hammy. I hear you just fine. I may make sure nothing's muted on my end. I'm
Well, let me
watching
just-
in StreamYard.
I mean, you can see the video. You just can't hear it, huh?
Right. Yeah. I can see it here in StreamYard. I just don't hear it.
Ah, God. Well, let me see.
Chat. Can everybody in the chat hear the video? Am I the
You guys
only
hear
one?
this or not? No? Ash says no sound. Okay. So let me stop sharing and I'll do it all over again. Maybe I'm stupid. Whatever, it happens.
Are you using Firefox or Chrome?
That's Chrome.
You should be good then. I know Firefox sometimes fucks up in StreamYard.
Also share the audio. Yes, I would like to do that, please. Share. Okay. I'll just run a little bit. Can you hear it?
Yes. Got it.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, just something fucked up. Probably me. Okay. All right, let's go.
And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
So I think the first shot got Trump.
Got him.
You hear
They
that?
got him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Yeah, I think the first one got him.
Yeah, and that first shot, Hammy, is the most likely shot a shooter has to get its target. After
Right.
that, there's so much movement. If you're farther away, I mean, there's windage, there's bullet drop, and there's so many things that can go wrong. That first shot missed, and if you'll replay that again for a second, and just notice that when that first shot comes,
If
Trump,
you,
his head is still in the same position. He hasn't turned his head, which I thought this individual missed because maybe Trump turned or something. But it looks like this guy was just, off by a couple inches.
Yeah, well, I think that's true. Let's play it back slow. Let's see what happens here. Maybe it'll work. Maybe.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
He did. He moved his head. Oh my God! Look at that. If he wouldn't have moved his head right there, that probably would have been right about eyeball area.
Mm-hmm. That's where the guy was obviously
This
trying to
said,
get.
take a look at what happened.
Boom! Is right. He just moved his head right before that shot.
Well, he probably felt the pain, right? Because he got hit.
Yeah, he would
guess.
feel it. Well, it hit him before any of us heard it. From where we're at, I mean, obviously that the sound travels very, very fast. But the bullet definitely, I would say, even at that range, probably hit him right before he heard it. But it does look like he turned his head right before,
Thing that said, take a look at what happened.
You can see he kind of tenses up there a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it takes a little bit for his arm to come up. Here, watch this. Oops. Now, there were 2 or 3 shots right at, or at least 2. Let's listen.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
There's the first one. There's the second one. There's the third one. So he got 3 shots off.
Yeah.
And so this guy was obviously a fuck up. Because
Well,
Trump
yeah.
is right there.
Well, and it sounded like that second one was a headshot. The second one sounded like a headshot. There's a distinctive well, you know it when you hear it. There's a distinctive thing. That second shot actually sounded like a headshot to me. But I will say this: if he hadn't moved, I would think this guy hit him. You have to think about, like, if you are the quote unquote shooter and there's so many things happening. Like I said, that first shot, you have an opportunity because you're very still. You can hold your breath. There's all these things that you can do. But after that first shot, you as the shooter then realize, oh my God, I just, one treason, just shot at a human, shot at the president. Everyone heard that gunshot and is now looking for me. To be able to put a well-placed shot on the second or third shot would require the type of nerves that most young men at 20 years old don't have. I'm just saying, because after the first shot, your mental state is no longer thinking, oh, I've got this, no one knows I'm here, I haven't blown my cover. At that point, you're in fight or flight mode.
Oh yeah.
But that second shot sounded like it made contact with someone.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the one of the guys that died. So, all right, let's go. Real time. Let me turn it up a little bit. I can't really hear it. Hold on.
Really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
So, I mean, clearly Trump has been trained to drop, right? I mean, normally most people wouldn't even know what to fucking do, but he's been the president for 4 years. So
yeah.
And they guess,
they run drills. Secret Service runs drills with new incoming presidents, and they often practice those drills a couple of times every other month or so, just as a precautionary. And they have different scenarios they run them through. Like, we've got to get to the helicopter to take off, or we're going to the limo, or they practice getting into different vehicles. So there's a procedure for boarding a boat. There's a procedure for boarding a helicopter.
Hey, excuse me, Gone with John, are you a spook? I mean, what
No.
is that?
No. I've just always been fascinated by these things, and that's all.
You ever listen to Dan Bongino?
Who's that? No, I haven't.
Oh, you should. Yeah, he's a Secret Service guy, and I can't wait for his show tomorrow. It's going to be interesting because he was Secret Service for President Obama, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And
I would love to check that out. That's right up my alley.
Oh yeah. Oh, you'd love it. Yeah,
Dan something.
Dan Bongino.
Somebody drop a link in the regular chat there, and I'll pull it up in my Firefox browser so I can subscribe. I would love to check that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's here. I'll type it in. Dan Bongino.
Spell it right.
Bongino. Yeah. So he was a Secret Service guy,
right?
And he was with President Obama, I believe. And he goes through this stuff. It's like, oh yeah, because he gets in a little bit of conspiracy stuff, but it's pretty interesting. Anyway, let's go back to the video here. Let's see if we can hear that second shot or fifth shot. Okay, so I would guess that's the Secret Service opening up on this guy. Would you agree?
I would think that more than likely they got. Yeah, it sounds like he got a couple of shots out before. If we go all the way back to the beginning, the first shot that nicks Trump's ear, you kind of, you don't hear much, I would say, but that second one, there's like a distinctive pop. I would think that the Secret Service probably got to him maybe within like a couple of milliseconds. I mean, I think that guy probably got off a few shots. I mean, obviously we know one hit Trump, one hit someone else that we're absolutely positive.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There was one person that got, dead immediately. Right. Then Trump got grazed, flesh wound only. All right, let's listen to it here. Yeah. If I can find it. Oh God, I'm getting the circles.
And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
First shot. And the second one almost immediately. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
First shot. With the echo, right? Not the second shot. That was the first one. Here's the other one. That's three. There's a bunch more.
See,
Go ahead. Sorry.
depending on your distance, Hamster, I mean, if you have a clear shot within like 500 yards, you're pretty confident. Now, if you're at an extreme distance, what some people might do is they might aim for the chest area of the individual target, and which point you would send 2 downrange back to back. One, because the second one would have hopefully raised the recoil, would have raised the tip of the barrel of your gun enough to hit him in the chest or head as the target went down. If the first one did hit in the chest, most targets fall pretty quick, and they go straight down. Usually they don't go back or to the right or to the left. So that would be the 2 tap, the bang bang, one in the chest. The next one would hit either a second round of chest or would hit to head if the individual was falling. This person doesn't have that level of training. I guarantee you, at 20 years old, that's not something that's I don't even think they teach that stuff in academies, I would say. I don't think this person it's just hard to believe that someone with this low level of training could have gotten in position unnoticed. Because in order to get past most security details or Secret Service details, I would think that there's a protocol. You would need to know what they're doing and what kind of things they're looking for to sneak through. You don't just wander with a rifle up onto a building like that with no one noticing that's involved in the safety or security.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah.
So,
totally.
I mean, he doesn't have that level of training, yet he just managed to walk up. Is anybody can just walk up?
God only knows, man. I guess that's what we're trying to find out here. All right, let me see if I can find that again. There we go. Okay, go ahead. There's the yeah. Okay, that's the weird one. This is the one I was talking about. Because, okay, this is 15 seconds after, and allegedly the shooter is down, right? Neutralized, as they say. They hosed him down, right? They blew his fucking head off. That's what happened.
Yeah, thank goodness.
But listen to this.
That sounds like a suppressed round. The snipers, protecting him. That, in my opinion, that sounds like either a subsonic round or some sort of suppressed round. You don't hear necessarily. Before we heard a crack, of the sound barrier being broken, very distinctive. We're still hearing it from the same camera that's picking up the audio, but that one sounded either a slower moving round, definitely a different caliber, I would think. And I would think that more than likely is when they were popping the bad guy.
Let's see if we can slow it down here a little bit. If it'll start. So you can clearly hear this woman is going crazy, right?
Yeah, that's the blood curdle, the scream. That's the she saw something because she wasn't screaming before. She was screaming at that particular moment.
Right. So where'd that come from? I guess is my question. I think at this point the shooter's he's done, right? He's fucking worm food. So where's this coming from? And that's a very close shot because there's very little echo. Notice that?
Yeah.
Listen to it again. Almost no echo.
Yeah.
That sounds like an up close 9mm to me.
Yeah, subsonic.
Like
definitely.
a handgun.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the sound barrier was broken. That sounds like a subsonic round through a suppressed pistol or rifle. The shooting implement really is irrelevant. That sounds like a small arms fire being suppressed.
No, I totally agree. Where'd that come from? That's the question.
Move to spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go.
And I think this is interesting because we have the Secret Service doing their little Secret Service stuff on a live mic, like we're hearing it, which is kind of interesting. But
you think they probably didn't cut the feed from his stand, I guess.
Well, no, they didn't, because eventually he comes up and says, well, I got to get my shoes. Right? It's goddamn. You know, the
Goddamn,
crazy
you
shit
could
you would do.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting to point out too about being in a live fire situation like that is the stuff that goes through people's brains. It's so like this man could buy all the shoes he wanted, but in that moment
Right.
he's like, I need to grab my shoes.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of reminds me of, like, you know, my grandmother, grandfather, they do stupid shit like that. You know what I mean?
And
I can't leave because I don't have my special cigarette filter thing. Or, well, yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, it reminds me of that scene in Saving Private Ryan where the bomb blows up on Normandy and you see a soldier carrying his own arm. You know, as if like, where would you carry it to? There's not a hospital. You're in a active war zone, but the brain does these weird things in those situations.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I mean, you get. I'm no expert at this, but I would imagine you get traumatized and your brain just kind of flips out. You know, oh, I can't go to the hospital because I don't have my MRE or something. It's stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, let's listen to the rest of it.
Hawkeye's here. Move to the spare. Get ready.
Okay, so there we got a couple of probably local PA state troopers
Get ready. You ready?
fanning out there.
Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move? Let's move. Let's move. We're clear.
Okay, so here we go. Looks like a National Guard guy there too, probably.
Yeah, that guy looks like SWAT, maybe. I mean, it looks like a local SWAT officer, if I had to guess. I mean, this guy's
The
in
guy in the
suits,
green
obviously.
there. Yeah.
The guy in the
Secret
black
Service.
up there. Yeah, I don't know if that guy's Secret Service or not. I would think the guys in suits are typically. But the
these
other
guys
thing
here.
about this is right, exactly. But the other thing is, you know, the guy here with the long range hole puncher standing up, that looks like a SWAT guy, maybe from local police.
Yeah.
You know, if you were having your Secret Service guys that are well armed are typically well hidden and in elevated positions.
Right. Yeah. They're not on the open. Yeah. This could be just state patrol, or it could be Trump's private security guys. We don't know.
Could be for sure.
I was talking about this guy in the green over here, the camo. This guy. That could be Trump's private security, I suppose.
Come on. Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes. Hold on in your head.
Now he's going, hey, I
Shoes.
need my shoe.
My shoes.
I need my shoe.
I'd be like, do you have
Melania,
any
she
clean?
loves those shoes.
I need some clean underwear immediately.
I would guess the first thing you would do is evacuate your bowels and your freaking bladder. It's like, Jesus, I just got shot. My God.
Yeah,
That'd be
that'd
pretty
be
hairy.
a wake up call.
Absolutely.
I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes. Hold on in your head. Bloody. So we got to move to the car.
So somebody pulled his tie off. You see that?
Yeah.
I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes. Hold on in your head.
Because they got the tie in somebody's hand there. I suppose, is that normal? Like loosen the collar, all that? I don't know.
That's possible, that or it could have been to apply pressure to his ear because, you know, when someone is bleeding, you know, pretty profusely from the head related area, the first thing you want to do is absorb a lot of that blood and find out where the wound is. Is it
Right.
just the ear? Did it nick his head? We need to know instantly, you know, if we have to move him this second or if we've got a second or two to wait till they take out the shooter. So
Right.
the tie is not uncommon for a tie to be taken off and used to absorb blood or to create a tourniquet if need be. You wouldn't do that on the head because blood's got to flow to the head, but
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, that kind of, you know, that's plausible, right? Sure. They're trying to figure out what's going on. They don't know where the man has been shot at this point. right? There's just blood coming out. They don't know. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
Bloody.
So we got to move to the bus.
Let me get my shoes again.
What's up?
And there's the woman there, who again, pretty brave, putting herself out there. You know?
Well, she came out of nowhere. I mean, now she's out front and center. I mean, this is the worst person to have blocking in the line of fire, in my personal opinion.
No, I mean, I know what you're saying, but she's still there.
Oh yeah, hey, look, but I mean, that's the narrative. We got to really push that. They can do anything we can do, and I'm okay with it. But I mean, look,
Yeah, I mean, she's still putting her life on the line, so I think that's appropriate.
I'll give her that
Okay,
for sure.
go ahead. Yeah. And I love women with that hair behind their head. I don't know.
Yo, you just want to fuck this broad.
It's just me,
Look, she showed up after they said shoot her down. Once they said shoot her down, now she's all gung ho and involved. I didn't see this bitch before. I didn't see her before.
Go back.
I saw when they said, okay, well, the shooter's down. That's when they decide to move the president, and that's when she's like, boom, Johnny on the spot. Hey, I'm all keeping him safe. But again, maybe I'm jaded.
You are jaded, you bastard, you evil hater woman. So here she is. She's got her glasses on. Secret Service.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. Bloody.
So we got to move to the bus.
Now she's in there. See, the guy put his hand on her and was like, hey, stupid, you're supposed to be fucking helping.
Let me get my shoes.
Well,
Where's she at? Where's she going now? Where's she going?
There she is. So
Yeah, she's
already
behind
there.
him. I bet she's behind him. I mean, she's behind him.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. Bloody.
So we got to move to the bus.
Yeah, get in there.
I mean, come on now, John. These women got to serve us coffee and tea, man. Snacks. Come on. Oh, my God. All right, let's go back before the thing here. The shooter. I don't know. I mean, she's in the thick of it there. I might have to disagree a little bit. I think she's right there.
That's okay. That's okay. Can you hit control and plus or minus? And is it...
I can do whatever you want. What do you want me to do?
I can't remember if it's Chrome or just Firefox, but if you hold down control and hit plus or minus, you should be able to zoom in on the screen, unless it's the other browser.
Really? Control plus
at which
or
point
minus?
at which point I apologize if that doesn't work, because it works on Firefox or Chrome, and I don't know which one it is.
No, I don't think it's. It doesn't look like it's. Well,
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
not really doing it though.
No worries.
It changes it, but it's fucking.
It changed the whole browser, didn't it?
Yeah, it didn't change the actual thing, but
That's my
because
bad. Okay.
probably because I'm stupid. All right, go ahead.
No. It's probably the wrong browser for me.
So we got to move to the bus.
No, I would blame me actually, but all right.
Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move? Let's move.
All right, shooter's down. She's screaming. You can hear her.
She at the bottom of the steps now, I guess. Is that somebody else?
There she is. So no, she was
Okay.
in the
Okay.
thick
Yeah.
of it right there.
Yeah. She was up there. Okay.
I mean, she was on the other side, but you never know where the shooter's going to be shooting from. So I'll give her credit. She was.
Well, this is yeah.
This is right after the shots, and Trump is bleeding, and the
Right.
shoes are missing. So,
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. Bloody.
So we got to move to the bus. Let me get my shoes. What's up?
there he is. As I said earlier in the video, I think he's not saying fight. I think he's saying fuck you.
You like to hope so, man. You like to
Yeah.
hope so. When Tupac was shot, there's a picture of him, holding up the middle finger, when he's in the ambulance. And it's one of those things where
yeah.
just the gall of being able to say, hey, even though y'all tried to kill me, fuck you guys, or I'm here. Or
off.
even if he was saying fight, I mean, still to show yourself after that and be like, yeah, you're not going to scare me, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the the acronym. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. My avatar, right there. You go, iconic American
that's a good
flag.
one.
Trump blowing, blood rushing out of his head. It's amazing.
It's a good one.
So, what do you think is going to happen with respect to this? If we got to talk politics, and God bless the people who passed away. I'm not trying to minimize that. But politically, I think Trump is fucking unstoppable at this point.
Oh yeah, this cements him. I mean, I know that's what people are going to say. Well, any Trump supporter would say that. Listen, guys, there's something so solidifying about taking a political figure like this and having an assassination attempt on them when a very large group of people love that person and hate that person. Because let's face it, just like here on YouTube, I mean, you can't be liked by a lot of people and not have people that really, really don't like you. And this is going to solidify his spot, I would say, to win. Biden looks like incompetent at this point, and I think most people see that, including the left. And like I said, we only have so many options here, and Camilla Harris isn't one, or Carmella, or whatever the fuck her name is. She isn't an option. This is not going to be. This is going to make him look like a martyr to a lot of people. This guy was willing to put himself out there. He's fought and fought and fought. They've tried to frame him. They've tried to get him on trumped up charges. They've tried to arrest the guy. I mean, this is a former president, guys. This is a former president. This is unheard of. So yeah, this will do it. I mean, I think that not only will this help get him the sympathy plea that he needs for a lot of others, I think at some point, even the people that are on the left are going to start having that moment, like the celebrity. Who's the guy? George Clooney. Eventually,
George Clooney,
yeah, I think eventually people on the left, even the hardcore lefties, are going to at some point start being like, wait a minute, we're starting to look really crazy out here with the things that we're saying and going along with and pretending like is true. I mean, at this point, with some of them even being linked to murder. And I would think that right now they're scrubbing the internet of everything this guy's ever posted. And they're going to come out and say he was a MAGA right wing. Yeah, they're going to
gun nut, Nazi, all that shit.
Got to. They're going to talk about, he's learned to shoot in his, it's going to be, I would think they're going to paint him as, something that he isn't.
Now, you posted a quick video, allegedly, of this guy. Was that an AI?
I don't believe so. That was from a trusted source. And I mean, the other people I have picked up on the video as well. So, but I have every reason to believe that this individual was that person. I think that it's unlikely, that someone would go out and I know the trolls would definitely be capable and would want to do something like that, but I think it's unlikely that given what we know the guy's name and all this other stuff, there are other pictures of this individual out there that really seem to match up to it. And I don't know, man.
Pull that up here. Yeah, keep talking. I'm going to pull it up.
I would think this is the individual, that we're looking for. A lot of people have been researching this on the internet, going through social media accounts, his social media accounts, before some of them disappeared, from what I understand. And usually, like I say, for people to make a video saying they hate someone, it's never a good thing after that. It's usually a manifesto. Like I said, what video manifesto, written manifesto. I wouldn't be surprised that someone with this level of hate, either his parents are also very much don't like Trump, or I would think they're going to find some writings from this person, whether it be pen and ink or digital, online, or just on his own hard drive, that would show that he really hates Trump and Republicans.
I mean, what kind of evil do you think you'd have to exist? What the environment, the milieu, right? you would have to exist in to go and try to shoot someone like a presidential candidate? How fucked up do you have to be in your head? I guess is my point.
Usually
fucked up.
with most of these individuals, it's a God complex. I mean, you have to look the guy that shot John Lennon. I mean, most of them have a God complex that they are on this earth to right wrongs. But usually it's because of the things they've been taught. Like I said, somebody taught this young man to hate Trump, to hate Republicans. Now, through political rhetoric and the Standard, whether it was media influence or the Hollyweird, that's a learned thing to hate on that level.
Or you have to be mentally ill or psychopathic or something.
I would think, yeah.
It's got to be something wrong. All right, here's John's video on this Thomas Matthew fuckface. All right, let's go.
Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Looks like a deep fake to me, though, John.
Is it? Hey, I don't know.
It looks like a fake.
Name is Thomas Matthew Crooks.
Look at the way his mouth moves.
I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Yeah, I think that's a fake. I think that's a fake.
Certainly possible, Hamster. I'm glad you pointed that out to me because I haven't even considered that that would be likely. But then again, I know that these things do happen and they do get faked.
Yeah, I mean, he would have to record. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you, man.
I'm not arguing. I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. But it kind of looks fakey to me. Fakey. But all right, what the hell is your channel anyway? Gone with John? What do you do?
I don't know who that is.
Do you actually do anything on your channel? I mean, are there videos and shit?
No.
No.
I haven't made any videos yet. I'm going to start making videos soon, though.
What you should do is start a fishing channel because that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I probably should get on Rumble soon also.
You probably should. And, if you do, maybe you should tell us where those channels are so we can come and enjoy your content. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Johnny, good to see you, man. God bless. Love to have you. Anytime.
We'll get together. Yeah, we'll get together. Hit me up on my phone. You know my number.
I do, sir. All right, take care.
See you, buddy.
All right, bye-bye.